Namaste and welcome back to our podcast, where we explore the topic of Hinduism in modern times. In today's episode, we will be discussing the role and representation of women in Hinduism. Historically, women's roles in Hindu society have been limited, and their representation in Hindu texts and traditions has been minimal. Women have often been relegated to domestic roles and excluded from public life and religious ceremonies. However, there have been many powerful women figures in Hindu mythology and history who have challenged these traditional gender roles and paved the way for greater representation and empowerment of women. One of the most well-known examples of a powerful woman figure in Hindu mythology is the goddess Durga. Durga is a warrior goddess who is depicted as fierce and powerful, capable of defeating evil and protecting her devotees. The story of Durga is often seen as a symbol of the power of women and their ability to overcome adversity and fight for what they believe in. Similarly, there are many powerful women figures in Hindu history who have made significant contributions to society and challenged traditional gender roles. Rani Lakshmi Bai, for example, was a queen who fought against British colonization and is often seen as a symbol of women's strength and resilience. Despite these examples, women in Hindu society have historically faced significant challenges and discrimination. The patriarchal structure of society has often led to the marginalization of women and the perpetuation of harmful gender stereotypes. One area where this discrimination is particularly evident is in the representation of women in Hindu texts and traditions. Many Hindu texts, such as the Manusmriti, contain verses that are seen as derogatory towards women and reinforce gender stereotypes. For example, the Manusmriti states that women must be honored and adorned by their fathers, brothers, husbands, and brothers-in-law, who desire their own welfare. Such statements perpetuate the idea that women are subordinate to men and exist primarily for their benefit. However, there is also a growing movement to challenge these stereotypes and promote greater representation and empowerment of women in Hindu society. Many scholars and activists are working to reinterpret Hindu texts and traditions to promote a more inclusive and equitable vision of Hinduism. In recent years, there has been a growing emphasis on the representation of women in Hindu rituals and ceremonies. Many Hindu temples and organizations are now actively working to include women in traditionally male-dominated rituals and to promote greater gender equality in religious practices. Furthermore, there has been a growing movement to promote education and empowerment for women in Hindu society. Many organizations are working to provide education and vocational training for women, with the aim of promoting greater economic independence and self-sufficiency. In conclusion, the role and representation of women in Hinduism have been complex and challenging throughout history. While women have faced discrimination and exclusion, there have also been many powerful women figures who have challenged traditional gender roles and paved the way for greater representation and empowerment of women. As we continue to navigate the changing social landscape, it is essential to remain mindful of the challenges faced by women in Hindu society and to work towards creating a more inclusive and equitable future.